Hello, hello. Happy Monday.
Yes, morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are at in the world. And welcome to the Savanh Family Show. And a relationship with no arguments is a relationship with a lot of secrets. So, the big question is this. How do married couples like us who have busy schedules, run high-performing businesses, face challenges daily, raise multiple children,
and yet still remain in love, passionate, and happy like when we first dated?
That is the question, and this show will give you the answers.
Welcome to the Savanh Family Show.
Master your relationship, your life, and your business now. And welcome back. And yes, if this is your first time watching us, we just wanted to welcome you. My name is Sys Phyllis, and this is my beautiful wife, my amazing business partner, Phyllis Savanh.
Hi.
So we're gonna talk about arguments today, arguments and fights, and why they are so important to, people without problems are generally in the cemetery. So let's make sure.
That's a great reframe, babe.
Yes, problems are...
Is this why you love to fight with me all the time?
Problems are really a good sign of life. So,
yes.
Before we get started, though, let's celebrate our wins and really share what you are grateful for, because we are creating this movement where we're helping people, as many people as possible, to really stay in the moment and be present, and really to celebrate all the wins, and really to to share the things that you are grateful for. So celebrating the wins for me last week was to kick off this week, as we are on this on this journey to helping business owners take their business online, right? So one of the things that I'm celebrating is the ability to convert our funnel, our business, into a live business where we were doing live trainings for about a month now. Now we're able to convert it to an auto training where now it just runs automatically this week. So I'm super excited to be converting that over to an auto webinar style funnel, and that's what I am celebrating. So huge accomplishment.
Yes, and we really love that, and we have been helping a lot of other people to do the exact same thing. When we're doing it, they're doing it too. So we're doing it together with them. And you're like, well, I mean, this win, does it relate to marriage? Or does it relate to relationship?
No, it really...
It is, babe.
Oh,
it
does?
is.
Okay.
Because, my baby here, he loves to work. When we first met each other, we door knocked. We door knocked for at least 8 to 10 hours every single day. The goal is to hit almost 100 doors or something like that, right? And he would like to do that right now. But the truth is, we now have family, we have a business, we have a lot of things that we need to do. So he can no longer, and I forbid him for go door knock for 8 hours now, not even 4 hours. However, in order for you to get more time for your family, you need to leverage technology right now. And he is finally leverage technology so that he is still knocking on doors 8 hours a day with technology. So he actually recorded one time, and that one video is running on the internet for how many times did you tell me?
1,008 times a week.
1,008 times a week, guys. 1,008 times a week. We're duplicating him so that I have multiple husbands who is working, and I got the real husband that is hanging out with me.
Awesome, yes.
Do you like that win?
Yes.
Comment below if you like that win. And if you are interested in knowing how to duplicate yourself so that you can have more time for your wife or your husband, we'll put out the link down below, about the, how can you put yourself online so that you don't have to say that same thing 10 million times like me. I was just like, oh my God, do I have to do this one presentation again? I'm gonna shoot myself, right?
Yes.
So now we find out the perfect way to put that online so that we can do 1,000 of them a week.
Yes.
A week. That's a huge win. So good job.
Yes, that's pretty amazing. So we are continuing our series of making marriage work, and and the series and the topic today is healthy arguments. Arguments, right?
What is that about?
Yes. Well, just like I said, arguments. If there's no arguments in a relationship, then there's typically a lot of secrets. So we're going to share with you 3 tips today, and the first tip we're going to give you is accept that you'll both agree and disagree, right? And that is very healthy, to agree and to disagree on things. And, you know, just like anything else, just like stress, just like problems, it's how you handle it, right? It's not about the actual agreement or disagreement or stress or problems. It's how you actually handle it, right?
Yes.
You know, I've used example of sports athletes. Why do they, in stressful environments, that they say, you know, hey, there's 2 seconds left in the game, coach, draw me the play because I want to shoot that game-winning shot, or I want to, whether they make it or not, that's not even the point. They said, give me the ball because I want to be the one to actually make that last shot. And that's a stressful environment when other people handle stress very differently, right? To let stress kind of take over them. And it's really how you handle it. Problems are, well, do you see problems as issues, or do you see problems as the opportunity to grow, right? So agreements and disagreements are no different than that. You know, you're going to agree, you're going to disagree. It's how do you handle the disagreements with your spouse, right? So when we say accept, that really means, yes, there's a disagreement of this situation, but are we going after the spouse, each other, or are we going after that issue, that topic, that situation, that disagreement, and really figure out how can we 2 to 1 figure out how we can come to an agreement on that, right? Or collaborate and come to a common ground together, but it's not about each other. It's 2 people against that disagreement.
Yes, you know, totally. I think that is absolutely very important, you know, especially, you know, even though we're both Asian, the truth is, yes, we're Asian. However, he's actually Laotian and I'm Chinese. There is a lot of culture, even though we're Asian, there's a lot of culture differences between us too. So for example, in the Chinese culture, when I was pregnant, you know, in Chinese culture, pineapple is actually, we call it coal. It's not really good for the body. However, in the Laotian culture, pineapple is amazing for you because you have full of vitamin C. Especially during pregnancy, you know, in Laotian culture, is eat as many pineapple as possible. However, in Chinese culture, if you want to lose your baby, then you eat pineapple. And we're like, whoa, you know, what is going on with this argument, right? It's like, eat pineapple because I love you, so you should eat pineapple. And I was like, no, I'm not going to eat pineapple because I love my children. And it just went with this crazy cycle that I talk about all the time. However, we sat down and we really talk about the why behind it. Why do I not want to eat pineapple? Why do you want me to eat pineapple? And at the end, we both accept and agree and disagree, right? So, you know, what happened is we disagree with each other's fact. However, we also agree that, you know, we should respect each other's wishes and what you really wanted to do. So, you know, we disagree that, you know, obviously he still believed that pineapple is really good for you. I still believe that pineapple is really bad for me. But we both agree that it's okay for me not to eat it and it's okay for him to continue eating it because, you know, we don't want the just in case. And then now we are happy because it is a very healthy argument. We argue about the points and then we just accept and disagree, agree and disagree between each other. But however, again, we come into the respect.
Yes, most definitely. And then the second tip we have for you is never take anyone's side other than your spouse.
Ooh, that's very good.
Even your own
What
side.
is it? Are you about?
You have to. That's one thing.
Do you have some silence messages that you're trying to send out right now? Yeah. I mean, we're in front of a lot of people, so you can tell me right now.
Nope. Even, you know, and this goes for even your side, right? Like there's things that we all have belief systems. That's what makes us humans, right? We have belief systems, and when it comes to topics and issues and agreements or disagreements and contrasting points of views, right? Lenses. I mean, at the end of the day, it's really, you know, never take your anybody else's side, even your own. Just walk, you know, when I say this, I mean walk a while in your spouse's shoes to figure out where are they coming from, so that you get an understanding of them, right? Even if it's different from your point of view. So never take anyone's side other than your spouse. This is huge.
Yes, and I think this is again, like he said, this is huge. You know, again, why do you have arguments? A lot of times, the reason why we really have argument is because we want that connection between the husband and wife. Because you know, we wanted to feel protected. We wanted to feel safe. And how do you make your spouse feel safe? By simply taking their side of the story. Whether you like it, whether you don't like it, just like with the point number one, whether you agree or disagree upon it, just take that side first, really understand it, really digest it, and not everybody else's side. I mean, sometimes, don't you feel like sometimes like, oh man, I know you sounds good, but however, you know, this so-and-so and this so-and-so is, I think it's better than you. And then you're like, oh man, and then you start to manifest as like, oh wow, you're telling me that even though you pick me, but you think that somebody else is better than you. And I know that a lot of times, we grew up like that too.
Yep.
And then we just kind of started to get personal, and then, the thing just started to build up, and it just doesn't work. However, I'm telling you, it's a magic. If you started to take each other's side, and you take your spouse side, and they're like, wow, you're really taking my side? You're really taking my side? You're really taking my side? Yes. Then you feel safe. Then the argument become healthy, and then you'll be able to, curb that argument a lot faster. One of my, we have a really strong team that, together we grow together. And we were running one of the episodes, we're running one of the training, and he talks about, what do you do when you're doing your argument? We say we fulfill each other's need first.
Yep.
Because a lot of time when we argue with each other, we wanted to fulfill our own need. Oh no, you need to do this, you need to do that. However, if you reverse the psychology, you fulfill each other's need, then, the argument will easily get loose, because if I fulfill his need and he fulfill mine, then, the argument is no longer valid.
Yes.
Because it become healthy, and hey, the makeup sex will be a lot better too.
Yes, put your partner first. Always put your partner first. And then the last tip we have for you is resolve arguments as soon as possible. And this is a must. I know that a lot of times, sometimes we have to take time off from each other, or take time away, or spend time on our own, or go do things that are healthy for us as individuals. Like I'll go work out, for a good example, or
Yes.
she'll dive into a movie or something like that, right? But after that's done, though, you have to resolve it. Do not let it weigh down on you, because it's kind of like an anchor for a boat, right?
Yes.
The anchor, if you look at an anchor for a ship, for example, it's not really big compared to the ship. If you look at like, what, that little small anchor really is holding that ship in one place. Yes. Why? Because that little anchor digs in. Mm-hmm. Right? It really digs in. As soon as they drop it on the ocean floor, it really digs in, and that ship, doesn't matter how big it is not able to move, right? Because
Yes.
the momentum is there, the leverage is there, because it's already dug in. So that could leverage your relationship, really hold your relationship back from really exponentially growing and taking it to the next level, when you actually have that much, if you don't resolve it. It's like a big anchor in your relationship, and it doesn't feel good, right? Have you ever had a situation, let us know in chat, have you ever had in your relationship where you're arguing and fighting, it's not resolved, and you just hold it in for days on days, and you just go and silent treatments, and don't talk to each other, or feeling a certain way about each other, and it doesn't feel good. So why do we even do that to each other? Resolve it by talking it out, and really figure out how can the two of you come together and really tackle that issue together, that situation. Again, it's two against one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
And before I get to this point, I just want to say, hey, Monique, thank you for coming in, and Annie, thank you for coming in.
Who's here?
And Annie is actually my mom. She's like one of our loyal supporters, so I really appreciate that. And hey, comment below. We would love to honor you if you're here watching this channel with us, because again, this will create a lot of momentum for us, and we appreciate you listening to us. So going back to the point, resolve argument as soon as possible. I want to tell you the secret. A secret. The truth is, it is like exercise. It is not comfortable to resolve an argument, especially you want to resolve it as soon as possible. This is something that it's like a muscle. You have to practice.
Yes.
You have to constantly practice. And again, I do believe that when we first start dating, our silent treatment, I give him the silent treatment. It will take up to 4 days, 5 days, right? And then you tell me to resolve arguments. Oh man, it's the hardest thing that I can definitely do. And you tell me to do it as soon as possible. Oh my goodness, that is gonna kill me. Even that's not the right term, right? And now, we resolve arguments as quickly as, sometimes within minutes, sometimes within seconds.
Yep.
Why? Because we are constantly focusing on it and practicing how to resolve problems. And nowadays, we are very comfortable with, if we're arguing and we're not in a good state, we just walk away from each other. And we're okay with knowing that walking away is not because we love each other less. It's just a technique, a tools that we use to resolve the arguments. And we also know that if we don't resolve the argument, the relationship, the byproduct of everything that we're going to create, the day that we're going to go by, are just not going to be good.
Yep.
Right? So we have the end in mind of, hey, we need to resolve the argument as quickly as possible. And again, it does take practice. Sometimes You know, if you are, if you like to exercise, comment down below. You let me know that you're exercising. You know, when you first started exercising, it might take you, 30 minutes to run to finish a mile, and then it might take you 15 minutes, and at the end, I know that the record is like 4 minutes to finish a mile, right? So the key is, practice make progress, right? So continue practicing how to resolve argument as soon as possible, and and again, it brings us to the summary of today, right? So you need to first really practice how do you turn an ugly argument into healthy, right? And then how do you accept and agree or disagree upon the topic that you talk about. And then again, in order for you to turn unhealthy argument to healthy argument is to take each other's side and not anyone's side. Yeah, and then if you can manage to turn the argument to healthy argument, then you should be able to resolve that as quickly as you can, especially if you can accept that you will either agree or disagree with the point.
Yes.
It's almost as like we're actually doing it reverse.
Yeah, really. So the question of the day is really how can you start working that out, right? Just like my baby said here, it's just like working out, building a muscle. Mm-hmm. That is a muscle. That is a habit, a behavior that you guys both need to come together and change, right? To improve and to make progress, because how can you argue? How can you make arguments healthy so that that you're trying to resolve and move forward together in your life, in your relationship?
Yes.
And following these 3 tips that we shared with you are huge. So I know that my brothers and sisters, I know that this topic was amazing for you. So
yes, click the like button right now.
Hit the like button, as well as follow our page. This way, when we upload new videos or come live like this, you will be alerted every single time. And then there are some previous episodes that we have launched out, and we want to make sure that you get a chance to go watch them. So watch them, as well as look forward to other future videos that we're coming out with here. We're dedicated to doing a couple of 100 videos this year alone. So by the end of this year, so we're always looking to add value. And then there's links below if you want to learn more about us or learn more from us. We have free training. We have additional information for you. If you want to click on that, we have our sites that you can actually go to and register for some of our in-depth training. So we love you very much. We thank you very much for listening, and we look forward to seeing you on the next show. See you soon. If you like this show, subscribe now.
Remember, mastery starts here.
See you on the next show.